Super fanboy guy. Do.
Hello, people of YouTube. This is Super Fanboy Guy bringing you another fantastic Versus System deck profile video. Now, the Heralds of Galactus is not only a team affiliation, but it was also the name of one of the Versus System sets as well. So, to give you kind of a rough idea what this deck does, it pretty much uses exhausting and life gaining mechanics, which means that you have characters that force you to exhaust your opponent's characters, and you also have ways of gaining life, or sorry, ways of gaining endurance, as it's called in the game. And so the whole deck is pretty much a what people probably refer to as a stall deck, which means you're trying to stall for the late game to get, your most powerful card, which we will talk about later in the deck profile video. But this is a deck that when the Heralds of Galactus came out, it was the first team from the set that I played. And, eventually I played some of the other teams in that set, like the Inhumans. And I also think I played a little bit of the Scrolls. And I think there's a couple more team affiliations that you can play with the set. But the Heralds of Galactus is definitely the signature team of the set. So just like with my other deck profile videos, I'm just going to go over the cards and talk about them. And in this video, I'm going to actually talk about some of the strategies some of the cards do, because I just think it's important to note what some of the cards do. So I guess that'll be it from before I actually jump into the deck profile itself. I'm just going to show everybody a quick screenshot of what the cards in the deck are. So that way, if anybody wants to look at it, for reference purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and throw that right up on there. So you have your time to, really look at the cards. And that's the other thing I wanted to ask everybody too. So if you guys can see all the cards kind of clear right here in this deck list, so let me know if you can, because I'm trying a new way of, I want to make sure everybody sees the cards, and I'm trying a new method. So if you can leave in the comment section of this video to make sure that you guys can see all the cards clearly, that would be super awesome of you. So, okay, let's go ahead and talk about this deck. Okay, so now we're going to jump into the deck profile. And if some of you haven't seen my last deck profile video, I think it was on the Fantastic Four deck. This screen that I'm using right here, it's called Octagon, or OCTGN. And I've been kind of using this method to show the cards to see if it makes it clear. And it looks like somebody left a comment in the last video, said that they like this structure. And I also wanted to tell everybody that if you can, I don't know if you can see, but this is the number of cards in the deck right here. So when I obviously click on it, the image of the card comes up, but you can look at here and see the numbers of the cards. And I'll try to remember to say how many copies are in the deck. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with the deck profile. We're going to start with 4 copies of Silver Surfer, Skyrider of the Spaceways. He's a 2-drop, has Flight and Range, a 3/2, and he has Cosmic. Now, I should probably just quickly explain what Cosmic is. Characters with Cosmic come into play with a Cosmic counter, and as soon as they get stunned, they lose that Cosmic counter. But if they have a Cosmic counter, they can get whatever the effect on the card is. So in this case, the Silver Surfer has a Cosmic effect, which is Activate. Search your deck for a card with cost 4 or greater, reveal it, shuffle your deck, and then put that card on top of your deck. And we're going to talk about, in the strategy section of the deck, we're going to talk more about how you can utilize this effect. Next, we have 4 copies of Airwalker, Gabriel Lan. He's a 3-cost, Flight and Range, a 3/6. He has Loyalty Reveal, so that means in order to play him, you have to have a Heralds of Galactus card in play on the field, or you can reveal one from your hand. He has Cosmic. Activate. Target opponent exhausts a ready character he controls. Use this power only during the combat phase. Next, we have 1 copy of Morg, Corrupt Destroyer. He is a 4-cost character. He has Flight and Range, a 9/5. Cosmic Surge. Now, what Cosmic Surge is if they don't have a Cosmic counter at the start of the recovery phase, if they're not stunned, non-stunned, you get to put a Cosmic counter on them. So, whenever Morg stuns a character, return that character to its owner's hands. Next, we have one copy of Terrax the Tamer. He is a 4-cost character, flight range, a 6/8. Cosmic, activate, replace a location you control. Target opponent stuns a non-stun character he controls with cost 3 or less. Next, we have 2 copies of Human Torch, the Invisible Man. He is a 4-cost character. He has the Heralds of Galactus and Fantastic Four team affiliations. He has flight range, a 7/7. Heralds of Galactus defenders you control have reinforcement. Cosmic, if a character you control would cause breakthrough, instead you gain that much endurance. So, for an example, if he attacks an opponent directly, then you would gain 7 endurance instead of gaining the 7 life. Or you would gain the 7 endurance instead of dealing them the 7 damage. Next, we have one copy of Redshift, Riftwalker. He is obviously a Herald of Galactus, flight range, a 10/9, concealed. Cosmic, whenever Redshift attacks, you may remove all attackers and defenders from the game. If you do, put those cards into their owner's front rows at the start of the recovery phase this turn. Next, we have one copy of Airwalker, Harbinger of Despair. He is a 5-cost character with flight and range, and 8/11. Cosmic, at the start of your attack step, target opponent exhausts a ready character he controls. Next, we have 2 copies of Silver Surfer, Righteous Protector. He is a 5-cost with flight and range, a 9/9. He has a cosmic effect. Remove a cosmic counter from Silver Surfer. Whenever a character will cost 4 or less becomes stunned this turn, return it to its owner's hand. And keep in mind that that is also including your characters as well. Next, we have one copy of Silver Surfer, Prodigal Herald. He is a Marvel Defenders and Heralds of Galactus card. Flight range, a 13/12. He has Substitute. Whenever Silver Surfer attacks, exhausts all other characters you control. And he has a cosmic effect. Whenever Silver Surfer stuns a character, you may return that character to its owner's hand. Next, we have one copy of Terrax, Harbinger of Ruin. He is a 6-cost character with flight and range, 11/3. Cosmic, replace a location you control. Target opponent stuns a non-stun character he controls with cost 4 or less. Uses power only once per turn. Next, we have the follow one, the Forgotten. He is a Herald of Galactus character, obviously. Flight range, 12/12. Discard a card with cost 4 or greater. Put a cosmic counter on target cosmic character you control. Uses power only once per turn. And he has a cosmic effect whenever the following one stuns a defender. If you have more cards in your hand than that character's controller, you may return that character to its owner's hand. Next, we have Galactus the Maker. He has flight and range of 16/16. He has Cosmic, activate. Galactus has invulnerability this turn. Target opponent loses half his endurance rounded up. Use this power only during your attack step. So, invulnerability obviously is when you get stunned, you don't take the stun cost, which is right here, which is, I guess, another way of saying reinforcement in a way, but it's a little bit different. Next, we have a Silver Surfer, Harbinger of Oblivion. He has flight and range of 16/16. Loyalty reveal. Cosmic, remove 3 cosmic counters from characters you control. Remove Silver Surfer from the game. If you do, players skip the combat phase this turn. Use this power only during the build phase. Next, we have Tyrant, the original Herald. He is an 8-cost character with flight and range, 19/19. Remove a cosmic counter from another character you control. Put a cosmic counter on Tyrant. Cosmic Surge. Remove a cosmic counter from Tyrant. Target player removes a character he controls from the game. Uses power only once per turn and only during the combat phase. And finishing our character cards is the big daddy card of the deck, and that is Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. He is a 9-cost character, flight and range, 25/25. When Galactus comes into play, you may gain endurance equal to target opponent's endurance total. If you do, that player's endurance total becomes 0. So this is the card that we're trying to stall for with the deck to try to get to turn 9 so that we can drain our opponent to 0 and practically win the game. Now, the only card that really hurts him that I can think of right now is Pathetic Attempt. So you have to be kind of a little wary about that before you play him, but I've talked about this card on my podcast and I think a couple of my other deck profile videos, but yeah, just a solid card. Yeah, turn 9 is pretty Pretty long to wait, but still probably one of the best late drop characters in the game. So yeah, that is 3 copies of Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. So next, we do play 2 equipment cards in this deck, and that is Silver Surfer's board. It's a 0-cost equipment. Equip only to Silver Surfer. Exhaust Silver Surfer's board. Put a cosmic counter on a cosmic character you control. You may move equipped character to your hidden or visible area. Now next, we're going to move to our location cards, which is 1 copy of Taa II. It has Terraform, activate, remove a cosmic counter from a Heralds of Galactus character or defender you control. That character gets +2 defense to this attack. Next, we play 2 copies of Alias Investigations, a 4-cost location that has activate, rally for a card type of your choice. Next, we have 2 copies of Elemental Converters. It has Terraform. As an additional cost to flip Elemental Converters, discard any number of Heralds of Galactus character cards with combined cost 4 or greater. Activate, draw a card. Moving on to our plot twist cards, we play 2 copies of Kindred Spirits. Search your deck for up to 2 Heralds of Galactus character cards, reveal them, shuffle your deck, and put those cards on the top of your deck. Next, we play 4 copies of Acrobatic Dodge, a 1-cost plot twist that gives a target defender you control -3 attack and +3 defense for this attack. And next, we play 4 copies of Cover Fired, a 2-cost plot twist that target defender gets +2 defense for this attack for each other non-stun character with range you control. Next, we have Against All Odds, a 3-cost plot twist card. If all characters you control share at least 1 affiliation, target attacker or defender you control gets -3 +3 this attack. So this card is very similar to Acrobatic Dodge, except it costs more and you can use it as with a attacker or defender. Next, we have 4 copies of Creation of a Herald, a 3-cost plot twist. As an additional cost to play Creation of a Herald, discard a Heralds of Galactus character card. If you discarded a card named Galactus, search your deck for any card. Otherwise, search your deck for a character card with cost less than the cost of the card you discarded. Reveal that card, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. I Hunger is a 4-cost plot twist. Play I Hunger only if you control a Heralds of Galactus character. If an opponent would take stun endurance loss this turn, instead you gain that much endurance. Next is 3 copies of Absorb a Shield, a 4-cost plot twist. As an additional cost to play, Absorb a Shield, discard a card. Target Heralds of Galactus attacker or defender you control gets +2 defense this attack, and an additional +2 defense this attack unless an opponent reveals a card from his hand with the cost greater than the cost of the card you discarded. Now, I just want to tell everybody now that I am totally up for taking this card out of my deck because I'm not really a big fan of it. So if you guys have any suggestions what I can take out for this card, make sure to leave them in the comment section of this video. I like to get everybody's feedback on it because I'm not really sold on this card. But this is a deck list that I got off of a friend because I bought his deck, his Heralds of Galactus deck all foiled. So I'm not quite sure why he put this in there. But maybe there's some kind of strategy that you can use it for that I just have no idea what it does. So yeah, if you guys can leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know what you would replace for this card, that would be greatly appreciated. Next, we have 4 copies of Relentless Assault. It is a 4-cost plot twist. Target Heralds of Galactus attacker you control gets +2 this attack. Draw a card. Inspiring Demise is a 4-cost plot twist card. Play Inspiring Demise only from your resource row. Target Heralds of Galactus attacker you control gets +4 attack and +4 defense this attack. The defending player gains 4 endurance. The last plot twist card in our deck, and actually the last card in our deck, is 1 copy of Armageddon, a 6-cost plot twist that target attacker you control gets +6 attack this attack. So this is pretty much, a very highly cost savage beatdown. So I think this is just in the deck to kind of be on theme with Heralds of Galactus. And, it's just Thanos holding the Infinity Gauntlet with the Infinity Gems. So I guess that's the only reason why this is in here. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some of the strategies that you can do with this deck. And the first and important thing that I would like to talk about is we're going to talk about our 2-cost Silver Surfer. So ideally, what you want to do with him is you want to try to get him with the Silver Surfer surfboard, because if you're able to get the surfboard on him, then you can, if he gets stunned and loses his cosmic counter, well, the surfboard can put a cosmic counter onto him, and then you can actually move him to the hidden area so he won't be getting hit by your opponent's character card, so that you can keep activating his effect to get cards with cost 4 or greater on top of your deck, so you can kind of set up your curve of your cards, so making sure you have your 4, 5, 6 drop characters in particular. But the important card that I normally take with him when I play this deck is I usually get elemental converters to put on top of my deck. There's also times when I've gotten Alias Investigations too, because since Alias Investigations is a 4-cost location, we can put that on top of the deck, and then when we draw it, we can now rally for a card type of our choice. So, for an example, let's say we play Alias Investigations in our resource row on turn 4. We flip it. We can activate the Silver Surfer if if he has the Cosmic still by that point. And then we can put, let's say it's turn 4 and we don't have Human Torch yet. We could put Human Torch on top of the deck and then activate Alias Investigations to put Human Torch into our hand. So that's kind of a cool strategy that I think it's probably the best strategy of the deck, because it's a way of kind of setting up getting your high cost character cards. Also, with the Silver Surfer effect, you can get Galactus if necessary. If you don't have him yet, he's also a good target, because you can also discard him to creation of a Herald, and that in those kind of effects like that. So yeah, that's the cool thing that I like to do with the 2-drop Silver Surfer. So the next strategy I want to talk about is with the 4 and 6 cost Terrax cards. So obviously the 4-drop, lets them stun it. I think both of them have effects where your opponent chooses a character and stuns them. And if I remember correctly, I think the 4-drop stuns they get to stun a 3 or less, and then the 6-drop Terrax, they stun. I can't remember off the top of my head if it's they stun a 4 or less or a character amongst higher cost. I know, after I just did the deck profile video, I can't think off the top of my head. But okay, but anyway. So what you want to do when you have one of these cards out is, let's say for an example, it's turn 4, and let's say they have a 3-cost character and a 4-cost character out. So maybe on our 3, we have Airwalker, and then we play the 4-drop Terrax. Well, if we activate the 4-drop Terrax's effect, they have to stun a character on their side of the field, most likely being their 3-cost character, because they want to take the less damage. So they stun their 3, they take the 3 damage, and now if we have Airwalker, we can activate him so that they're forced to exhaust their 4-cost character. So yeah, remember with Terrax, you can stun their character, and then Airwalker can pretty much exhaust their character that is not exhausted yet. Another strategy you can do with Alias Investigations is you can play Kindred Spirits, and you can, let's say we search for the 9-drop Galactus, and maybe we're going into turn 5, and we need our 5-drop, so I'll pick Redshift for this example. So we can put those 2 cards on the top of our deck, and then if it's turn 5, we can activate Alias Investigations, rally for a character card in this example. And so we do that, we reveal Redshift, and we put him into our hand, and then we play our 5-cost Redshift. So that's kind of another cool thing you can do with Alias Investigations with Kindred Spirits. So I know this deck probably has a lot of strategies that, people may see that I don't go over. So I think that's the basic strategies I wanted to really talk about for this deck. But if there's a strategy that I missed, make sure to leave that in the comment section of this video too. But I think that's pretty much going to do it for this deck profile video. So please let me know what you think about this deck. Make sure to leave it in the comment section of this video. And if there's anything that I missed that that needed to be mentioned, leave those in the comments as well. And if there's also I want people's feedback to see if you guys like the new format for my deck profile videos using Octagon to show the cards. That feedback would be appreciated. Also, I do want to give a special thanks to my good friend Voltaire de Leon, who provided me with this deck. He actually sold me his deck that he had. This is his version of the deck, so he sold it to me all foil. So it actually looks really cool, all foil. So I think that will do it. So thank you everybody for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all next time.